now? 9:55? Sounds about right. Now we're going live. Welcome, welcome. There we go. And look at that. We got the nice little banner in the middle. I can't hear you.
What's going on, everybody? I forget. I don't
There
know
you
how it
go.
works with once you take it off, what it goes to. So it's weird how it goes. But
You're all right. Just was sitting
ah,
here doing radio vibes for a minute. I was like, if you could hear my voice, I was trying to promote my best
please don't
quiet
do no.
storm voice on.
They say don't do no ASMR.
Say what?
Don't do no ASMR.
Whatever.
Please, no.
All right. How was your fourth?
It's cool. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Chill with the family. You know what I'm saying? Went out of town. How about you?
Chill with the family. Stayed in town. my my parents came up. We hung out. It was a good time. Um, Parents had time with the boys. Family time.
It's always a good thing.
Hmm?
That's always a good thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't complain there.
So
Excuse me. Yeah, what you doing over there? Is that a tablet or a phone?
it's a phone.
That is a big ass phone, boy. How blind are you?
Not blind. Actually, I have great vision. I'm not
That,
blind at all.
what you use such a big phone for?
It's a note. All notes are big.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I watch. I'm a person that I watch a lot. I have tablets, I have phones, I have laptops, computers,
Mm-hmm.
but I watch a lot of stuff on my phone.
Fair
So I
enough.
don't want. I don't want to super like my other phone is this small, so compared to this one,
Mm.
they're like two different. Like
Wait, what you had two phones for?
I'm a busy person. That's why.
This boy moving weight.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. Sweet, sweet. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't do none of that. I'll tell you that. No.
Uh-huh.
What
Yeah,
they
sure.
say? What they say on the West Coast? I'm a square.
Uh-huh.
Straight square. What about to say? But I want to go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, man.
Like
Yeah.
you saying, this is episode 6 of the Corner Entry Podcast. We get
Episode
everything
6.
from open wheel to oval, NASCAR, F1, Indy, IMSA, Champ
Yeah.
Car, SCCA. So we talk about it all right here on the Corner Entry Podcast. It's yours truly, Mr. Smack Like That. I got my co-host here, Mr. Apex Hunt.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
we're gonna get right into it. Let's talk about this crazy NASCAR weekend.
Yes, yes,
Gosh.
yes. NASCAR weekend was fun. Um, Going back like 2, 3 years ago when they announced this track, I thought it was gonna be a dumpster fire. But Chicago street race has turned out to be entertaining, um, on the Cup side and Xfinity side.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was a good race. And we start off with the Xfinity. We have our old boy Mr. Kiwi in the Kiwi driving in another junior motorsport car, putting the number 9 on pole because JRM are just fast again this year.
Hey, shout
Or
out to
not this year, this
JRM.
week. What do you say?
I said shout out to JRM. Like, that's my
Yeah.
favorite team to root for Xfinity series. Uh so when it comes and Junior's my favorite, one of my favorite drivers of all time. So
Yeah.
see him put a team together for Xfinity and the way they just able to show up. Might
Yeah.
not win a race every weekend, but
Yeah.
show up and actually are competing for a win
No,
every
they race
weekend.
damn near every weekend. Yeah. Yeah, they're always in the fight. Um, yeah, and then their golden boy Connor Zilic, he crashed in practice, so didn't even get a chance to qualify. So he had to start tail end of the field, or I guess close to the tail end of the field. So that was
Yeah.
going to be interesting watching him come up the field. And with SVG coming out, it led for an Aussie explosion. I don't know if you saw the other V8 supercar driver in the field,
What's his
Jack Perkins.
yes.
Yes, yes, Jack Perkins was in the 19 car for JGR, starting and qualified in fifth. So pretty good for a maiden stock car race. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, hey, They figuring it. Hey, people figuring it out, and they making the switch over to stock car. Stock car going to open wheel, so it's definitely a good thing when you can
Yeah,
have those combined and actually compete. You know, they
yeah,
say
for sure.
racers race, but also you got to give props to each one. One can't say, "Oh, this one is outweighs this one. This one takes more skill." Hey, you get, until you get into their car,
Yeah,
onto that track, into that setup, doesn't matter who you race for or what series you race in.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So that was a good little start to the race there. Like I said, SVG on pole. We had a crash on we had two separate crashes on back-to-back laps. Ryan Sieg back into the wall, and Jack Perkins hitting the other wall. Like,
Yo, it like it was. I think they said, "Hey, that track is unforgiving as well, but unforgiving in a different way. It doesn't like it's not like oh, it's gonna beat your tires up like some of these other tracks would have been to, right? It's more of a since it's a Chicago street course. It's the road course. But so if you trying to take a tenth off or whatever off your lap, and you don't set yourself up and hit that corner at the right mark, you're gonna pay for it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's street courses. The street courses we see that in other series, F1, IMSA, IndyCar. Street courses are unforgiving because you got concrete barriers on both sides, and they'll move if you hit them, but your car is gonna get destroyed if you hit it hard enough to move those barriers.
So they had the 10,000. They said they like 10,000 pounds.
Probably.
They weigh like 10,000 pounds. So
Yeah, that's insane. No, that's insane. Yeah. So yeah, Perkins got turned by Sammy Smith at the beginning. Um, William. Oh yeah, we saw William Sawalich had an electrical fire
yes,
under that caution, and under that same caution, Brandon Jones got black flag because he had no radio issue or had radio issues. So JGR falling apart at the seams.
yeah, yeah. JGR. It was speaking on Toyota. You had Corey Heim into his race kind of early, not super early, but early enough where he was doing an Xfinity ride thing for 2311 and broke the toe link.
Oh, that was in the Cup Series.
My bad, wrong series. Getting ahead of myself.
It's
Getting ahead
okay.
of myself. My
You're good.
apologies.
I was like, Corey Haim. I was like, was he with Sam Hunt this weekend? No, you're good, man. You're good. Yeah, but one thing that shocked me was at the beginning of the, I guess not beginning race, but first stage, SVG was complaining about throttle issues,
Yes.
which could have opened up, the opportunity for the rest of the field to
And best
get a
believe them
win.
spotters was listening to that radio.
Yeah, boy. They're
I
like,
said,
what?
"Yo,
He's doing what?
Golden Boy over there got issues, champ. Smell like that."
Yeah, it's crazy. So it ended up they said, "You're gonna just have to just drive it. If you can't drive it, bring it in, but you're gonna have to just rock with it because if not, we're gonna have to go back to the garage and fix it," because it was they said it was something either in the carburetor or the shifter or the, driving linkage, the throttle linkage. They
Yeah,
weren't sure, but they said, "You gotta just do what you gotta do." So, he said, "I'm gonna just tough it out because 'cause I'm not about to go and pit, and I'm here to win this race, that's it. I'm here for points."
yeah,
So,
I definitely
you had that, and, my boy, Imma say your boy, my boy, Connor Zillage went from 35th to 8th in the first stage.
Connors Village
Insane.
is special. It's very special.
Insane, boy. That boy is a prodigy.
It's very special.
Yeah, I'm telling you. If there was a next F or American driver to go and try and tackle overseas, he'd be the one.
Oh yeah, hands down. You
But
said that before, and I definitely agree with you.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, man. But yeah, with that being said, oh, I'm wrapping up. Let's see. Okay, it's not. I was just sure getting feedback on my mic. Don't judge me, Dan. Anyway, so like I was saying, yeah, SVG won stage one. Um, so it was interesting there. Um, tried to try and gamble and do a one stop. So he pitted. He was trying to, I guess, stretch his fuel for stage two
Yeah.
because other guys were doing two stop races. So he tried to stretch his fuel until Mr. Matthew De Benedetto decided to knock down a wall
Yeah. Hey.
and cause a caution. Which I mean, that messed up SVG strategy, but that lent our boy old Sheldon the turtle.
Sheldon Creed was able to come in and like, hey, And like I said, we've been saying he's knocking on the door for a win too.
Yeah, he has. That man has. If anybody's deserving of a win by now, it's Sheldon. It's almost as bad as Chase Elliott's winless streak he had back in Cup.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Sheldon Creed needs not needs. He deserves a win by now because he's so close all the time. But he
yeah,
won stage two, so there was that.
yeah. So Sheldon takes stage two. Then here
Yeah,
comes stage three.
yeah. Stage three was with SVG's I guess fuel gamble. He started back in 13th place,
Yes.
so he had to march his way up through the field. Oh, and not only that, his cool suit broke.
Yeah. So imagine, ladies and gentlemen, when your cool suit breaks. Whoever does not know this, they show you on uh NASCAR lot, especially in the early pre-race when they especially at a hot track. So it was hot in Chicago, even though it rained on and off. It was
Hmm.
hot. So it's summer rain, like Carl Thomas, summer rain. So thing is, with the rain dried up, and then the cool suit is supposed to hook into this cooling system that's into the car. The thing is, if the cooling system breaks, the water that's in these lines in the suit, right? They go like this. When that water is just stuck in a line and nothing is circulating cool into there, that's nothing but boiling water just sitting in the suit. So just imagine being in a sauna and you just have this water, and the suit is tight. It's very thin. You can feel it, and it's like you feel all the water on you, and it's just sitting there, has nowhere to go. So it's burning, and you're still racing.
Yeah, yeah. You have boiling water sitting on your chest, so it's not a fun time. But I mean, these drivers are they're athletes, you know. They have to tough it out and just kind of deal with it, you know. It sucks because it's gonna rob you of some energy, but it's just something you got to deal with. So, like I said, SVG entering stage three, starting in 13th place with a broken cool suit, so the water is just beginning to boil on his chest because, like I said, like Smack said, there's lines on your body, and it's just all the water just sitting here. So, yeah, he's going through. Um, Moves up through the field pretty quickly. I think he goes from 13th to 5th within like the first couple laps. Um,
With throttle
and
issues.
with throttle issues, with a a warm bodysuit. And then his JRM teammate Justin Allgaier loses his brakes with 8 laps to go. Just flat out loses his brakes. And at a track like Chicago, that's scary because it's nothing but 90-degree turns and the walls are concrete. So that's not somewhere you want to be losing your brakes at. So
You
he
saw you saw
hmm?
speaking on that a little bit
Yeah.
before that
What's
when
up?
excuse me, SVG took it three wide and caused Tanner Gray,
Tanner Gray, yeah.
and that was, I think, that brought the fifth caution like 16 ago. So obviously he was being
Yeah.
very aggressive.
Aggressive?
SVG was
Yes.
being very, very aggressive. He was
He
like,
wanted to
I
get to
need
the
that.
front.
I
He
need
said, "I
that.
need to," yeah, because the problem is that he wanted to get to the front, and Connor Zilic is leading the race
But you saw how Sheldon Creed let SVG go past him with 9 laps to go.
because he already knew. He's like, "That's not my fight. I'm not as fast as this guy. I'm gonna mess up both our
How do you feel
races."
about that? Do you think you've like, is it okay to concede in that aspect?
Yes. Yes, because I feel as if his best chance of winning wasn't to battle, SVG and just let Connor go and scoot off and win the race. What Sheldon's hoping for is he's gonna let SVG by. He's gonna try and follow him, learn something, but SVG's gonna go up there and battle Connor. They're gonna battle, slow each other down,
Mhm.
which will allow Sheldon to try and, gain time on both of them. And if SVG and Connor happen to come together, then Connor's there then Sheldon's there to pick up the pieces. Or if they happen to have, a caution, which they did,
Mhm.
you know, they can battle it out, and well, again, hopefully come together with Sheldon picking up the pieces. So it's a strategy that makes sense because it's about self-preservation at that point.
Okay.
You know
So
what I mean?
with the aggressiveness after being, and then the
Oh, the
caution
last
coming on
caution.
lap 8,
Yep. Yep, the
we have
caution coming out last.
SVG and Connor Zilic.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So
Do you consider now SVG doors Zillage and ends up
not too hard though. He didn't door him hard. He gave him a
didn't?
little hip check.
He won't let him know he was. He won't let him know. Hey, I'm not giving like. But in the same sense, and because of that, SVG gets the win, right? In the number
Hmm.
9 for
And a
junior.
good bro. Those cars looked good.
Yeah.
SVG's car and Connor's car. Oh, those are probably some of my favorite Xfinity paint schemes I've ever seen.
My thing, my thing is it was it fair play?
Yeah, I mean, it's a street course, it's a road course. So I was gonna get to this part later for the Cup Series part, but I mean, it's the same concept. The street course is lending itself to short track racing. It's not as spread out as Watkins or as Sonoma. And even with Watkins and Sonoma, we see and Coda, we see how aggressive these guys get.
Oh yeah,
So you take all that aggression, you bottle it
especially at Coda,
down.
especially at Coda.
Exactly, exactly. And you take all that aggression and bottle it down to a street course where the walls are this far from you.
Yeah,
Like it's gonna happen, you know? It's a bunch of 90-degree turns. You gotta figure out your way to get through. SVG just gave Connor this. He didn't wreck him. He gave him a slight hip check.
I think it's
So
like 3 seconds left to go. You playing for the win. You can't shoot the three. You got to go for the two. You're like, all right, listen. If you want it, you got to earn
oh man, this is a la '98 finals Jordan push off. That's what that was.
it.
That's what happened
Hey,
there. SVG did a push off on Zillage.
hey, and Zillage, shout out to this younger guy in SVG, and for him to have the mentality like, you know what, I'll take that on the chin.
They're gonna be battling for years upon years to come. They are. So this is the first of many. Not only that, but you know, right now Connor is signed to Trackhouse. Technically, he drives for Junior, but he's loaned by Trackhouse. So eventually, they could become teammates, and
You know,
yeah, they'll be battling
speaking
it
of
out.
that,
Oh, so yeah,
that
so
puts us into our next part.
into the room. Okay, yeah,
Let's
so
talk
gets to
about
that.
the rumor mill.
Yeah, so with what I was just saying, Daniel Suarez, unfortunately, the writing was on the wall as soon as Pitbull sold his stake in Trackhouse. As soon as I saw Pitbull was selling his stake in Trackhouse, I was like, Daniel needs to perform or he's gonna be out. He won that race at Atlanta last year, but other
Mhm.
than that, he hasn't been performing up to the same standard as Ross, his teammate. Not even Shane. Shane's been um improving, on the ovals, and we see how he does on the road courses. So Daniel's gonna needed to step his game up, and he hasn't been able to. So they've come to terms. Trackhouse and Daniel Suarez will not be renewing their contract for next season. Um, so yeah, I guess while he's looking for a ride, like I said, Connor Zilic just signed to Trackhouse in on loan to JRM through them. So Connor is the front runner to replace Daniel next year in that '99 car.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how that's gonna be. I mean, granted, this is still a rumor. Nobody knows, but like you say, you putting the two to two together.
Yeah,
Who's being loaned to who and how's it working out for him. So, I mean, Connor Zillis to Trackhouse. It's a Chevy car. He races for
yeah.
Xfinity Chevy. Granted, it's two different cars, but
No, I mean it's the
same
same.
manufacturer.
Yeah,
So
like yeah,
you have that going on. I mean, in the way Connor's performing, I can see him going to Trackhouse. It's still, I mean, because Suarez, where does he go from here? Does he go to Xfinity and be like a AJ Allgaier?
Justin Allgaier. You mean?
Dang it.
It's all good,
Justin
man.
Allgaier.
It's all
Justin
good.
Allgaier.
I
I'm
mean,
thinking of
AJ
AJ
Allmendinger.
Allmendinger.
He did
Thinking
the
about
same
the
thing though.
Dinger.
He left
About the Dinger.
Dinger. Yeah, he left Cup and went to Xfinity for a year, and then missed it and went back to Cup again. The problem is, I don't know where um Suarez could go in Cup. Um, Looking at seats available, he's not going to go to a like Chevy team's available right now. I mean, Colleague maybe, but Colleague Ty Dillon is doing pretty damn good at Colleague right now, and so is AJ Allmendinger. AJ Allmendinger is Colleague's like brother. essentially. So he's not going anywhere, and Kaulig's not going to open a third car for Suarez. So I know I think Jimmy Johnson's looking to expand to a third car at Legacy,
Yeah,
but I'm
you
pretty
have
sure
who?
that third car,
JHN. He'll have JHN, Gregson, and
no Jason and
not Gregson.
Eric
Yeah, Eric
Jones,
Jones. You're right.
and I think that third car could possibly be Corey Heim, possibly because it's a Toyota stable.
Yeah,
Um,
because Corey Hunt.
unless because what's his name? Herbst is signed through next year, and I'm pretty sure that Heim. I think is it's almost time for him to almost time for him to get into a cup ride. So we'll see. There's been a couple times where he's been the strongest car at 2311 in his part-time gigs. So
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows what's going to happen, but I don't see right now. Granted it is early, everything just happened, but right now I don't see a pathway for Suarez to stay in cup. But with that 9 car possibly being vacated, or not the 9 car, sorry, the 88 car being vacated
Hmm.
in Xfinity by Zilich, I mean, Suarez could pull a Justin Allgaier route and just go to Xfinity, where he can win races and compete for a championship because he wasn't able to really do that in Cup.
You got a
What do you
point.
think?
Um, like I said, I've been trying to think of when I got the news, right? When I saw the news
Yeah,
earlier this past week, I was like, wow. I mean, what are they going to do? So it was like, where can Schwartz go? And I didn't put the two and two together like you did with Zilich. Could be the favorite to replace him being loaned out from time to time to
right.
over the track house. So, I mean, that would make sense. I mean, he is performing. It just depends how does Suarez feel about going to an Xfinity ride. I'm sure if he wanted to go full time, let's say he went, I could see him going full time in Xfinity, no problem whatsoever.
Right.
Because I think he's still a competitive driver.
Yeah,
He can still
exactly.
compete.
Exactly.
So I mean, you can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
The way, especially the way he raced last season. I
Yeah.
mean, granted, depend whatever you do last season doesn't always trickle over to the new season, but it still shows some type of stats and precedent
I mean,
of your market value.
he just won the race in Mexico 2 weeks ago
Yeah. So
in a substitute, not substitute role, in a part-time role. So he's competitive,
yeah.
you know?
So I definitely he actually has market value too on his brands and sponsorship. So
Yep.
people also have to realize with this racing, right? It's a little bit different than other sports, like such as football or basketball, right? Football and basketball, your brand and all that can also go up depending on where you go to play. Like some people go to the lake show. Why? Hollywood, movies, everything else is right there. It builds you up sometimes. Now, sometimes you
Yep.
bring yourself to that place, right?
Yep.
So, but when you have a situation as a driver, they also have to like how much money is going to be made into the storehouse of
Yep.
the person. Like, are they marketable? Are they likable? What is going to be this niche of people wanting to see this car on the track? Because as you can see, meaning Junior, the reason why he is yet to do Cup Series is because of how much it costs to charter a car.
Yeah, it's so
So
much
you're
money.
going to charter a car, what, 14 to 16 mil a year? For what? And the car costs what? Anywhere from,
That reminds me, Rick Ware just sold his team.
yes.
So yeah, that was a big number. I think it was 30 to 40 million.
So you got to think stuff like that. That's money, and these cars
Yeah.
cost anywhere from 5 to a mil, 500,000 to a mil. One car on a cup level. So you got to think of that. How I'm gonna make this money back? You got to win races first. Then we got to have sponsors that are willing to do commercials for you, everything, and stand behind you. All that. So that's when personality comes in, your competitiveness. All this can you compete? And I think Suarez can still compete on a Cup Series though, but because of the limited slots on the rosters, he might have to go to Xfinity full time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not it's yeah, call it what it is. I mean, it can be looked at as a downgrade, but if you want to compete and win races, you know, I guess stuck up your ego. That's what
Yeah.
you want to call it. Look at Justin Allgaier. He's out there killing it. Sometimes it's just that's what you got to do.
Speaking of that, we're gonna go right into how the Cup Series started. And guess who's on pole again?
Mr. Kiwi on pole again.
Just in a
SVG.
different team. He because like I said, Junior does not have a Cup Series team, and
Yeah.
this is his rookie season, ladies and gentlemen. He's already won one race. This in the Cups. No, we haven't gotten to what happened in the race. So he's won one race this year in Cup Series.
Oh, I think you're talking about overall.
No,
Okay.
he
Let's
already
say
won
this.
one race in Cup Series on his
He,
rookie year.
but let's not forget, he did win in 2023 in
Yeah,
the first Chicago Street
that's the
Course
first time I
race.
heard about SVG. I'm be honest.
That's the first time a lot of people heard about SVG. I only knew about SVG because I like watching V8 supercars. And
See,
like I said before
see,
about the V8 supercar people coming over and driving this car, I'm just saying. No, but yeah, no. So he came over in 2023, um, when the NASCAR debuted this next gen car, and it was their first ever race, and he smacked up that field in the rain.
yeah, and that was in the rain.
Absolutely blitzed the field. So he
Mind
did
you,
have
this
one.
race wasn't. This race was off on iRacing first. Then they made
The
it right.
track.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, the track was off on iRacing because iRacing and NASCAR go hand in hand, and they actually helped them develop tracks before they debut it. That's actually how they did Atlanta. The
Oh,
Atlanta
then yeah.
redo, they did it in iRacing first and tested it after
I
they
just
figured
wonder
that
what
out.
is it like to do iRacing in their $100,000 simulator.
I'd love to try it out. Steve Phelps, Dale Jr., if y'all are watching this or see anything about a clip on this, we wouldn't mind coming up to your headquarters, whether it's, Hendrick or Charlotte or JRM or iRacing. I just want to try a simulator. You see, we like what I got one here. It's fun, but it's not what y'all got.
Please, hey, we'll let it invite. OJ, what's going on with you? Don't worry, we're gonna get to that. I don't want to say that question yet because I don't want to ruin the spoiler. I don't. It's a spoiler that you're putting out right now. But I am going to show that question. But give me no more than 5 minutes. Once we get to that, I will ask that question.
What
That's a
stage did
great.
that happen in?
I'm not telling you.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Listen, before we get to the race, I want to say, hey, Derek Rose was a grand marshal. Wasn't that dope?
Hey, I
Wasn't
said
that
it's
dope?
clown. And I was like, please don't mess up this start your engines. And he
Yeah.
didn't. He
No,
didn't.
I think he was reading up a prompt. It looked like he was he had the mic and he's looking down. What am I supposed to say? Drivers, start your
And
engine.
also, yeah, and his voice is a little bit different too. So it's like
Yeah,
I said, but hey, that that jacket he had on, fire.
fire. Oh yeah, it's fire. Yeah,
So I
yeah.
definitely was happy that we had Derek Roche as the Grand Marshal. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are picked to do a Grand Marshal, please, the thing is you're supposed to be revving us up before we hear the engines. Please, please have some enthusiasm with it. Work on it
Right?
before they ask you to come in.
Yep. Yep. Please.
Whether
Please.
you the leading sponsor, corporate office, and it's about 10 of y'all, work on that before you get there, please. Because I'm not gonna lie, that y'all be blowing me. I'll be blowing me when y'all be sitting there. Drivers, start your engines. What the?
Yeah.
No!
Whoa.
Come on, we need to
As
hit a woo! Let's go.
yeah, and for a race like this, we definitely needed to have a big time I'd call it intro, but what I'm trying to say.
OJ, I'm gonna get to that too.
But yeah, so
I
yeah,
got
let's
two
let's
questions for you. Hold on.
let's start. Let's start. SVG on pole, but even with SVG being on pole, all the cars starting in the rear. You had all of Hendrick in the rear, every single one of them. You had Gregson starting in the rear, Hamlin starting in the rear with a blown engine, Stenhouse, Catherine Legg, Ty Dillon, and Bubba. All started in the back from issues in practice or
I
qualifying.
think Bubba started 20.
No, they started 30 something.
Time out. Time
There
out.
was 9 cars, and there were 9 cars all starting in the back, and there was 40 of them,
I thought
40 in the
Bubba
field.
started.
So I think he was in the 30s. So a lot of people, a lot of chaos from qualifying and practice.
Yeah,
And
especially him. You're right. He started 37.
yeah, I know my stuff, man. Never stop.
I'll let you
No,
have
but
it.
no. So yeah, it was a lot of people starting in the back of the field. We had SVG on pole, but As soon as lap 1 happened, Michael McDowell just went and took that lead. He said, "Give me that. Give me that."
Speaking of that, we got Byron where OJ says didn't even make one lap, clutch destroyed.
Yeah, yeah, that
Mind you, he was the fastest in qualifying before he hit the wall. Yes.
yes, 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 yes. Again, it's that track is just it's vicious. It bites you, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
and when you're trying to
Get every
beat them
millimeter you can get.
shortcut and get every 10th
Yep,
faster,
yep,
if I don't care, you might can cut a corner or ride the high line like you're Kyle Larson on the oval.
yep.
This street course is not that.
No, no, it's not. The barriers are so close to you that you try and find every tenth of a second. But if you go over that edge, there's no saving it because like we saw with Willie B and we saw with Connor, not Connor, Carson Hocevar during the race. You try and find every inch you can or every centimeter you can and you step over and it's a wrap. So it's unfortunate Willie B um he didn't finish a lap, didn't complete a lap, finishing dead last. Um, it was really weird, to
Speaking
see
on
to
that,
see that because he's been a model of, consistency this season,
yeah.
you
So
know?
speaking of the
Um,
crash of people, I mean, what the fourth lap?
lap 4, 7
7
cars.
cars.
It was oh, no,
Hocevar starts it.
8 cars were involved because you saw Allmendinger got hit, but he drove away.
Yes. Hocevar started it.
Yeah,
Comes in
unfortunate.
hot. Hits the barrier in the
He
turn
hit the
10.
barrier he hit the barrier on his right side and got thrown off into the left side wall.
It's facing the
And
other way.
then no, he got thrown into the wall, broke his suspension to where his left wheel was just doing all of this and it wasn't even part of nothing. So then homie's car twerks around, so
He
he's
said
facing backwards.
that then and then you catch Keselowski, Dillon, Suarez, Dinger, Austin Dillon, Riley Herbst,
Yeah,
Todd Gillian, and Jones all collected.
all of them collected. That's the thing about the street courses, man, is that like I said, the walls are so close. When you crash, it's it's a traffic jam.
Yeah, speaking on what OJ was saying about how he feels bad for Will Brown and how he flew all the way from overseas just to crash in lap 3 in the Colic 13. It
Yeah.
sucks, but I mean, unfortunately, that's racing.
That was another one. Thank you for that one, OJ. I forgot to bring up earlier about another as V8 supercar driver who came over to try and check out stock car racing. So we had what's the name? Man, now I'm losing who that's Jack Perkins.
Yes,
We had Jack Perkins in the Xfinity series coming over to see what SVG's stuff is all about over here.
he's out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
and then we had
unfortunately, yeah, you fly away overseas, but
yeah. But that's what happens when you go into racing, you don't know how long you're gonna be going around for, you know?
you
It's
got
just
people.
stuff like that's gonna happen,
Yeah.
especially at a track like this.
So he says Austin Dillon said Carson Hocevar is the biggest idiot after he wrecked.
I mean, no, Austin Dillon,
I just think Hocevar is going to take chances, which I'm not knocking him for. Like,
it's not even sorry, continue, my bad.
nah, I mean, like I said, I just don't think there was nothing like that. Like he's done some things that you could almost call him that. This is not that one.
Hocevar has gotten a rap this season, but Austin Dillon, you're not one who's without blame. So I don't even want to hear your crap right now, bro. Like, don't even start. But anyway, Carson Hocevar, he did the same thing everybody else has done all weekend. Look how many different cars, like I said, had to start in the back from having issues hitting the wall. Carson was just looking to try and get some more time, set up his entry, for to clip the apex, set up his entry for I can't remember not the second to last turn, and he just, he didn't find the apex, he found the wall. And like I said, with that track, you find the wall, it's gonna shoot you out because there's no runoff anywhere.
Didn't you have
So I don't want to hear Austin Dillon hitting his crap. Don't give me that.
early issues for number 17?
Yeah, yeah, Chris Buescher, yeah, he had engine woes, which is unfortunate because Chris Buescher is a good road course
Yeah,
driver,
you
road
definitely
course
had him as a
racer.
person as a possibly doing pretty well in the
Yeah,
bracket.
yeah,
So
yeah, we did. But yeah, that was unfortunate. But Michael McDowell, domination stage one, flat out domination.
ridiculous.
It was wild to see. I'm not the biggest Michael McDowell fan, but you got to give it up to him.
No, I'm
He,
not a Michael McDowell. I'm not. I mean, I have no reason not to be, but
yeah,
everybody's their driver. You know what I'm saying? Me, I don't care. I mean, everybody has their driver. I just and one thing you hear hardcore NASCAR fans say, "Oh, how do you root for more than one driver?" Me, on the other hand, I have two. I have
right.
two ones that I root for, depending on what happens.
I got
If
five
Bubba,
or six.
if Bubba, I'm okay with certain people winning,
Yeah,
but if you ask me who I'm rooting for every Sunday,
yeah,
2011, Bubba Wallace.
yeah.
Now, if something happens to him, it's Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick right up under it.
Okay. So if you
One,
don't put
I like, you know, Penske and what they're doing over there, and Ryan Blaney's a likable guy.
I feel about. Well, I mean, I like Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric.
I like Stangs. You know, that's my favorite car. I'm a Stangs
Right,
fan.
Ryan Blaney is cool. I like him. Austin Cindric. I kind of like him because he has a sports car background. Joey Logano can
We're
go
gonna
play
get
in traffic.
we're gonna get damn on
I was trying to
GTA
say,
in GTA.
yeah, I'm gonna keep it at that. I'm not a Joey Logano fan. I'll just say that to be nice. No, but my people, my one and two are one and one A are Chase Elliott and Bubba Wallace
Okay, you
all
said
day.
Hendrick Motors. I'm not. I was not. It's just something about Jeff Gordon growing up. No disrespect to JG 24. One of the best. I just was not a fan growing up of him. I didn't like his paint scheme. So growing up, I was about the colors and stuff. I said I don't like the paint
Interesting,
scheme. I don't like DuPont paint scheme. I
interesting.
don't like nothing about it.
Yeah,
So and then he was the guy that everybody, oh, I like Jeff Gordon. Jeff
yeah,
Gordon from California. And I'm just like, I don't care.
yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I'm not a Hendrick Motorsports fan. And it's
My
just
dad
like,
was a Gordon fan.
oh yeah. So my uncle was. So my uncle was like, I used to watch NASCAR, right?
Yeah.
How come you don't know me? He said, but I was a Jeff Gordon fan growing up. I said, oh yeah,
A lot of people were because he was and you see it in a lot of the documentaries about him and Earnhardt,
yeah,
is Jeff Gordon was the sellable,
yeah.
you know,
Definitely
commodity.
marketable. Yeah, like
Marketable.
likable.
Thank you. He was the marketable commodity. Everybody, the clean cut
Yeah.
commodity. He was in all the commercials. He was doing movies and stuff like that. He was
So
hosting SNL. So like, he was out there to the mainstream. I was a Mark Martin fan growing up. Die hard,
too.
die
Me
hard
too.
Mark Martin fan because of that when Dixie 60 car. That was my first ever toy car I remember. But
I'm the Valvoline number 6 guy, so I'm cool with that.
yeah, the Valvoline 6, and then it became the Viagra 6, and it was really hard to tell people I root for the Viagra car, but I had to ride with my boy, so it is what it is. But
Yeah,
like I said,
54 Ty Gibbs. Yeah, like I said, I don't not like Ty Gibbs. I like the fact that he's shown, okay, yes, I've been in good equipment because of who my grandfather is. But like I said, that his grandfather got him there.
yeah,
His talent is what
yeah,
keeps us talking about him.
yeah,
That's just
exactly.
what it is. So I'm always gonna respect. I don't care how you got here. I do care, but in that aspect, he didn't do nothing where I think was crazy where he didn't deserve it. Okay.
When it
He,
becomes the battle of the I drive for my grandfather's team guys, I got more respect for Ty Gibbs than I do Austin Dillon.
I knew
I
you were
think Ty Gibbs can have a way better career than Austin Dillon.
I
Austin
mean,
Dillon gets lucky from time to time. I'm gonna stop hating. I'm just saying. That's all I'm gonna say. Ty
we
Gibbs,
got a lot.
Ty Gibbs is cool. He has his growing pains, but that kid has immense talent.
That is true. I do agree. We spoke about it last week, and we speaking about it. Ty Gibbs, and as we get into more of the race, y'all will
Yeah,
hear us talk about how good Ty Gibbs did this race. So as we
yeah,
speak on this race, like we said, McDowell had issues in stage 2 that
yeah,
ended up taking him out of commission with a throttle cable issue.
yeah. It's shredded, completely shredded. And the stage one win was his first stage win in Spire's history, which is pretty dope.
Did not
It's
know that.
crazy. But I mean, you gotta look who they had driving for them in previous years, which was basically Corey LaJoy.
That's it.
So
Hey, we'll call my co-host a name dropper. I'm trying to tell you, he gonna put a name on the person quick. You was like, Slim, nah, we ain't gonna
I'm
book.
just saying,
That guy did it.
but it's unfortunate that McDowell, who seemed to, I don't know if he was as fast as SVG was that day, but he was able to be fast enough to take the lead and then keep SVG behind him.
That's why
You know,
OJ had asked earlier when he had said, do I do you think that I'm trying do you guys think Michael McDowell would have won the race if his throttle didn't stick? I don't
no,
think so.
no, I think it would have been a really good battle.
I would have liked to have
Um,
seen it. That's all I can say with that.
yeah, I would have liked to have seen it, but I think that in the end, SVG was just too fast, and I feel like they would have found out a way to use pit strategy or something to stay ahead. If not a straight up, I think he could have eventually on used tires gotten past McDowell just because SVG was just the class of the field. Like I said, McDowell was fast, but he was fast enough to keep SVG behind him. But I think SVG is cunning enough to use, his expertise and his technique to
So it
find a
did
way
the counter
past.
glitch. So
Not even that. I don't think he would have had to body him. I think he could have just
no, I'm just saying, like I just think, like you were saying, his expertise and what the tools he had in his bag.
yeah,
Connor, I'm not granted. McDowell is a decent racer,
yeah,
and he's always known to be a better supercar, super speedway, right?
yeah,
Super speedway. So my thing, this is not the top of his resume. So I
yeah.
think he had a fast car, and he's a good driver where he knows he has good equipment. But it takes more than a fast car to win races like this, and SVG has shown that.
The best way to put it in basketball terms we talk about on the court, SVG's bag is deeper.
I smell something burning, and I was this daggone thing was hot like last week before I went out of town, so I had to totally unplug it. Like this little connection right here is like where you. I smell something burning. I don't know what it is. Like I really smell something burning. Like I hope it's not my computer,
Okay.
but like I really smell something. We're gonna
Let me
continue as
know.
long as I can. As long as I can. I don't see, but I smell something.
Let me know what you got to do.
Uh,
If we got to switch over and I carry it and we hop on and we do a
Yeah, I might have
Discord.
to. I might have to do a Discord call. I don't know. Then you have to do it from yours. I don't. I mean, my temperatures are fine on my according to my IQ, but I
Okay.
smell something. Hold on one second. Hold on. Continue talking. I just gotta put mute real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Going to the next part.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So I can't see the chat OJ if you're talking, but yeah, so we had SVG starting stage 2 in 11th place, yeah, after pitting at the end of stage 1 to try and do a separate strategy after McDowell won stage 1. Like I said, we had McDowell with the throttle issues, shredded throttle cables, so that was really unfortunate there. Um, and the funny part about it is the the cheapest parts are usually the biggest issues you have. With McDowell, a throttle cable is not expensive. That's probably like a sub $20 part, and that's what ended his race. It's always stuff like that that you don't think about is what cost you the race there. Um, so with that being said, we have let's see, great pick call. Oh yeah, that's right. I like the fact that when Josh Berry pitted, NASCAR they pulled something out of the IndyCar at the IndyCar vault there, to where in IndyCar when the driver spins, they kind of let everybody circulate one time past the start finish line before they throw the caution to give everybody a chance to pit. So when they saw Josh Berry pitted, but he wasn't really in harm's way, they let everybody circulate the track one time. All right, so everyone got a chance to pit. Y'all gonna pit? You gonna pit? No? Okay, we're gonna throw this caution. So there's a couple teams who took advantage of that and pitted before the yellow was thrown, which in turn kind of helped them because since they pitted before the yellow was thrown, when everybody else pit under yellow, those guys hop the field and start up front during the next restart. Which, like I said, I like that idea right there. Um, then we had Catherine Legg hitting the wall pretty hard
Yes.
in stage 2.
Yeah, I'm back.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Had something in the oven. Forgot about it.
Say what?
Something in the oven. Forgot
You
about it.
had something. What were you cooking in the oven?
Don't worry about it.
Did it burn? Like burn?
I don't. I can't even tell what it was anymore.
Oh, it's that bad. Lord have mercy. I pray for your
Shout out to
wife.
my assistant. Shout out to my assistant.
Oh, jeez. This
But
guy over here. What did Ryan do in the office? He's burning cheese paninis.
hey Slim. Well, one thing you ain't never got to worry about me burning nothing cheese because I'm not finna eat it.
Oh, that's right. It's a sad life he lives, guys. No cheese. It's unfortunate. It's cheese's life.
Yeah.
Anyway, he sto- yeah. Yeah. Catherine like hits the wall, pretty hard, but she continues driving. So that was I don't know if it's good on her or just the robustness of these cars, but something interesting there. Unfortunate to see Kyle Busch
Running
doing so
6
well, doing
and
so
spins
well.
out at turn 7.
Spins out
He didn't
battling
really have
Blaney.
no physical damage. Trying to see it though. He was able to get it backfired and keep
No,
going.
but he just fell back to the
Yeah.
back of the field because he waited for everybody to pass. So Kyle Busch is having a strong run until that happened. And then Blaney goes on to win stage two. Um, so that was that was good there. And then
Yeah,
we have
I felt
stage.
bad for Stenhouse. Speaking of stage 2, where he hit the tire barrier in turn 1, with 2 laps to go in stage 2. He
Oh
was running
yes, yes,
10th,
yes, yes,
and
yes,
instead of
yes.
that caution coming out, he just went ahead and was able to get the
Yeah,
other
I
part.
forgot about Stenhouse hit that wall. Yeah, he was running actually pretty decent. He's not known for his road course prowess, but that was interesting. But yeah, here we go. That chaotic stage three. That was something interesting there.
Definitely was.
You had Austin Cindric, just plowed into the field. That was into turn one. That was the weirdest thing. You all
Yeah, he
right?
locked. Well, yeah, I was my fault. Reading something. He
You're good.
locked up. He locked up his rear tires and hit Chastain and Ricky Stenhouse on the restart and turned
Yeah,
around and was out.
bro.
Yeah,
He broke his toe. He hit Logano, Stenhouse, both damaged pretty badly. That was unfortunate because
that cost a Logano and
and Stenhouse, their
a
bracket.
Ross, a little Ross and a Logano situation after that.
What?
Remember when Logano and Ross got into it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah. I saw Logano's always mad at somebody at the end of the race.
Yes, you're right, OJ. Ross got to 22.
I'm not gonna say nothing bad about that, but then again, I'm not gonna say I'm biased, but I'm pretty biased.
What about that Josh Berry caution when he was sitting in the track for two laps?
Oh, that's what I was talking about earlier. That was
Yeah.
stage two.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was something that NASCAR. I mean, he wasn't really in harm's way. So it's interesting. Like I said, NASCAR took a page out of IndyCar's book there, to where they kind of let everybody circulate one time around the track to get everybody a free shot at taking a pit stop before throwing the caution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Um.
we always have them things of what time should they throw the caution.
Yeah. So then we have SVG. Just he takes the lead. He took the lead, I think, right before the caution, the chaotic caution with
Yes.
what's the name, Cedric and all of them. So after that, SVG just starts checking out. But we start having
Yeah, Briscoe
all
with
these
a.
restarts.
Remember Briscoe had the right front flat with 8 laps to go.
And I think Briscoe's right front. I think it happened like in like turn one or turn two.
Yeah, and
He had to
then
circulate the whole
limp it all the
track
way
that
around.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Hey, Bubba and Bowman, you like it? You think it's just racing?
Oh man. Okay. So Bubba hit Bowman once. He gave him the chrome horn once. Yes. Um. I get, like I was saying before, this street course. I can't say my words right. Apparently, the street course.
What? Sweet, what?
The street road course. It lends itself to the short track racing mentality, like Martinsville. It's kind of like that. This is the Martinsville of road courses. That's what I was looking for right there. I'm gonna need to move you to keep on going where I'm going. Sorry, bro. Like nothing against you, but I got somewhere I gotta be. So Bubba gave Alex, a bump. It wasn't a heavy bump, wasn't a light bump. It was just a, I'm here, excuse me kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then Bowman swipes at the man 4 times. It's insane because
I
he
guess he
took
felt like he looked at it as an aspect of, all right, I got to get you. Like, you know what I'm
now,
saying?
bro. You get if I do you once, you don't try and get me 4 times.
He's saying
That
you
just
get your
don't make sense.
mess around with your brother.
Like I don't know. Yeah, it's insane. I don't know.
He did have a good conversation with Bowman after the race. It was hard racing. I was
He
looking
did.
for that. I
That was
was
a
looking
good.
for the cameras. I was looking for the cameras and I didn't get
You didn't
the
get it?
act. I didn't see, like, I watched for a
Oh,
while and I did not see them interact.
yeah. So okay. Which I was really happy to see because I was afraid Bubba was gonna be like Ricky was to
I didn't want him to be that because people want, and granted, Bubba's getting to a
they.
point where he's not caring, but
It's not that
and
he's not.
I just didn't want him to be like doing like a Kyle Larson situation, right?
See, so that's what I like is not the Kyle Larson thing. Denny said um on his podcast, I want to say a week or two ago, he
Mhm.
said that it's a lot easier now managing Bubba because before when Bubba would have his super highs and his super lows, it was not only trying to manage the issues with the car, it was also trying to get my driver out of the world is falling all over me, aspect. Bubba's mental health, or I guess mental resiliency is up here now
Yeah,
to
he has
where
done better.
he exactly I would say he's maturing, but it's essentially, he's maturing. He's becoming, I guess, more strong-minded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where it's kind of like, hey, this happens, it sucks, but we're gonna move on because we got a good car. So it's one of those things. I was happy. Was that OJ that said that?
About he said it was
Yeah,
he believes it was hard racing, and he said, yeah, Bubba had a good
yeah,
conversation
OJ,
with
yeah.
him after.
So yeah, OJ. I like the fact that Bubba and Alex were able to have a good conversation there and just
And it
kind of
should
move
be.
on. Yeah,
It should be.
and
I
Alex
think
put his
it's
foot in
gonna
his mouth
set
a
it
little
up.
bit.
I
Huh?
like it though. What did
Alex put
Alex
his
say?
foot he got interviewed before the conversation. So he's kinda like, "Oh, I thought we put our beef behind us, but I guess not." But then Bubba came over and they talked, and then it was like, "Oh, I guess it was squash, Alex, so stop trying to look like the tough guy and just, like, whatever, but it's
Yeah,
fine."
I'd like to see them two go. I just it's like I mean, that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting if they was to.
It'll be interesting moving on, but I think with the way Bubba is right now resiliency-wise, I think he just
I
kinda
agree
let it
on that.
be.
I
Yeah,
agree.
exactly. Yes,
That's why I
yes,
say I
yes.
did
He has
not want him to
matured.
be a Carl Larson. I'm okay. It's just that for obvious reasons, people have this love hate situation for Bubba, right? And so, with that being said, and he's my favorite driver. I don't want it
Yeah,
to be. I want him to be. He could be good guy, bad guy, but
yeah,
still be competitive, right?
yeah, yeah, for
So
sure,
as long as
for
he's
sure.
being competitive and doing it a competitive way, I'm cool with it. But that's
Yeah,
also the same time you don't want to seem like you're being this guy. Which at the end of the day, whether you like me or not, whether whatever reason you don't like me, we're not
yeah,
going to speak on that. But whatever reason you don't like me, you know what some of it is from. So with
yeah,
that being said, it's just like I'm glad that he has matured, like OJ and you said from like 2 years ago, because I did
yeah,
not want to see another. Let me get out the car, push him, and stuff like. I just don't. To me, I don't think that warranted that. Granted,
yeah.
he messed up his race with them and Bubba.
And
You know
that
what I'm
was the
saying?
bracket challenge right there
But if you
between those
ask
2.
me, do I think Bubba's car was falling? Yes, because of the tires. I don't think he
That's
would have held off Bowman. I just
no,
don't think he
no,
would have.
Bowman
Bowman
had
was
the right
catching him.
call to pit and get fuel and tires, and Bubba was gonna have a hell of a job trying to
Yeah, because
hold,
they told him to keep
from
going the
behind
rest of the
him.
race with these tires, and I'm like, there's no way he's went.
That was the strategy, unfortunately, that was a strategy. So, it's just one of those things that, it happens. You made your bed, you gotta live it or,
Yep.
lay in it, so it's unfortunate. But, speaking you were saying about a Larson thing, um, Larson spun out Seabell, a
Yes.
couple laps ago. That was unfortunate because Seabell was having a good run.
He went around with 5 laps to go.
Yeah, with 5 laps to go. And, um, speaking of Toyota, trying to push it back around to 2311. little ginger, Mr. Tyler Reddick, that boy was flying at the end. He was moving on them new tires. Um, he was about a second a lap faster, I believe, than everybody else in the field.
Yes.
He was cooking.
He was supposed
That
to save.
huh?
He was supposed to save fuel.
I thought no, he pitted. He pitted and got tires towards the end of the race. No?
No, he was supposed to save.
Oh, well, either way, it looked like he was gonna make it to the end anyway. But Reddick was boogieing.
Yeah, then you had, I
Um,
mean, you got Ty Gibbs right there. Cody
Ty
Ware
Gibbs,
went into the
another.
tires at turn 6.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Did you see that hit?
Yes.
I got video of that hit.
Can't play it.
Man, we can't.
They're gonna flag it.
It's on
NASCAR.
Twitter,
They have an issue with me posting YouTube, and sometimes they flag it. Sometimes
bro.
there's a
I'll give
chance
you.
they'll flag. It's a chance they won't.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But
You can
he
play it.
hit.
How about just play it, and I just have to cut it out and re-upload it.
Nah, I don't want to do all that. That's too much. It's too much. It's all
Yeah,
right.
they're real finicky with me
For
when
for
I.
for the for the guy, for everyone watching, just go and YouTube Cody Ware Chicago crash.
And I do agree they should have called. They should have threw the caution, and
What took them
but he
so
said NASCAR
long?
didn't throw the caution because the city of Chicago needed to pack it up because of weather was coming up.
Oh yeah, the clouds that were coming, that was ominous right there.
Yeah,
That
and I
was a little
definitely think,
creepy.
I mean, regardless, it would have been a rain delay after that, and Wichita would have won
I
anyway.
don't think so because it didn't rain. Like you saw the whole celebration at when SVG was celebrating the
Oh yeah,
post race, it hadn't started raining yet. So I feel like it might have taken a minute to move. I mean, actually could have taken a minute because he hit that thing so hard they would have had to like move the barriers back.
I
And yeah,
literally thought the caution was coming,
yeah. I
but
mean, I'm glad Cody Ware's okay because he said he's a little sore. He hit the wall at 93 miles an hour. 93 miles an hour into a concrete barrier. That is painful. I don't give a damn who you are. And it was smart of him. If you saw before his brake rotor exploded, he threw the car into the wall. I got a thing right here. He threw his car into the wall, right?
mm-hmm.
To just stress car off as much speed as he could. And I mean, golly, that I saw that and I was shocked. I'm just glad he's okay because that was scary.
And because of that, ladies and gentlemen, what happens?
Shane Van Gisbergen wins again at Chicago. He was a strong. This could have been three in a row in Chicago because he was damn fast last year too. He
Yeah,
got caught
and
up in
Bowman
an
ends
it
up
got up in an
winning. Yeah,
accident last year,
and
but
to what Witchercom was saying, he believes that OJ was like, he definitely felt that even if they did the restart, he believes SVG would have held off
oh
54
yeah,
and 45.
oh yeah, yeah, because the way that restart zone is set up at Chicago in that last turn, it's really wise. It was really wise for the inside car for the leader to take the inside because they're able to, you know, to start when they feel like it. I mean, obviously you
Mm-hmm.
can anyway, but they're able to squeeze out the outside car and just take position going down to the start finish line. So yeah, SVG had that restart on lock, and it was. I mean, I was rooting for SVG to win because I mean, my boy Chase was at the back of the field. Bubba was hurting. I like Tyler, but I really like SVG because my my what do you call it? My prediction, saying SVA Supercar dude is going to be great. I just I like to see that happen.
That's
So
understandable. So with that being
um
said, what do we? So in the final bracket, we have Alex Bowman
oh yes, the
going
bracket.
against Ty Dillon,
Oh
John
wait,
Hunter.
can you pull up what happened this weekend? Like who lost to who and all of that?
Let me see. I'm trying to get the actual picture.
Yeah, I want to see that real quick
Let me see if they
because
have.
I can't remember who lost to who this weekend.
Let me see if they have
I
it.
know that Ty Dillon right now is on a Cinderella run like it's his March Madness.
This might be it. Let me see.
All right,
Yeah, I got it. Here you go. I'm
you
finna.
got it. Yeah, let's see this, please.
Let me bring it in. Hold on. I go back. Do it this way.
While you bring that up, I wanted to bring up the fact about SVG being, like you said, the first rookie to sweep a weekend,
Uh huh.
and he was the the second ever, the first driver since Kyle Busch in 2016 to sweep pole and win in for the weekend in both
Yes,
series.
he was.
So that was pretty damn cool to see. Oh,
Hold on.
I
Let me
forgot.
just do
My
it.
bad. I forgot you had that there. I'm sorry,
That's
Smack.
fine. Let me just do it this way. See if it lets me do it. Share my
Yeah,
screen.
let's see. I want to see if
Share
that
screen. NASCAR bracket. Here we go. Share. Can y'all see what I see?
oh, I'm still seeing SVG right now.
It didn't come up. What the
Not
heck?
yet.
Hold on. Oh, my fault. Hold on.
You're good, bro. Take your time.
Move this. Uh,
There we go. Jesus.
can't.
Pull
You
up a
still.
bracket.
Hold on. You still can't see it.
I see Google.
Let me see. Does it come up now? It's still
No,
not.
just Google search.
Why is it doing that? Hold on. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why it's doing that.
This is
Remove.
technical difficulties we go through when we're running a live podcast. You guys are
Yeah.
getting a look behind the curtain, but it's still fun times because we enjoy the support. OJ, shout out to you
Always.
commenting and yeah, appreciate you so much, OJ.
Can you see it now? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I see our beautiful faces. There we go. All
All
right,
right.
all right. So let's see this right here.
So right now
Dylan
they
versus
have.
Keselowski. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
Keselowski's not that strong on the road course anyway, and he dropped out the race. Bowman and Wallace. That was going to be a tight one. I had Bowman initially anyway, but when during the race I saw that Bubba was fast in practice, I was like, this could be an upset right here.
yes,
Bruh, Nemechek, Elliott, that hurt.
I know. I was like,
That hurt, bro. Oh man, I had
I
Elliott
said
winning it all. Both
yes.
my favorite drivers are out. That one hurt.
I'm a
And
JHN
yeah,
from
you
Xfinity
know,
though. I don't.
they finished behind next to each other.
Yeah.
That one hurt. Who's Eric Jones going against?
He's going against Nemechek.
No, no, before then.
Oh, Stenhouse.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, Jones is gonna get that one. Gregson Priest, yeah, Gregson wasn't that good anyway on the road course. Priest is pretty damn good.
Yeah,
First
Byron
of
was
all,
out.
Reddick,
So.
that one was one on lap four.
Yep, that was the wrap
So,
after that.
Allmendinger, McDowell, that would have been a good one.
Oh
Because
yeah,
had McDowell not had the throttle linkage issues, that could have actually come down to been a battle. Um, oh wait, I said Allmendinger McDowell. My bad. Allmendinger
Almadine
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
My bad.
Yeah.
I can't read apparently. My
Hey.
contacts, I need to get new ones. But again, I still stand by it. That would have been a good one because Allmendinger was pretty strong. He was pretty strong for a
Now
while
you
there,
got
but Gibbs
Gibbs
was.
going against Zane Smith.
I had that one earlier. I told you. I told you look out for Zane Smith. I told you I'll look out for Zane Smith.
Man,
I'm standing on
Busher
that
had
damn
the
hill.
issue. Busher
I'm
had
standing
the
on the hill.
issue
I
though.
don't. Hey. Did I not say look out for Zane Smith?
You did,
We
but I
could run.
mean,
We
I
could
had
run a
Busher
quick
over.
back.
I
We
know
could.
I had Busher over Smith. So with that being
All right.
said, who
That
do you,
being said,
Ty Dillon
Sonoma,
Bowman? I'm Ty
Bowman,
Dillon. Gonna
Bowman.
go Bowman.
You think
Okay.
Ty Dillon? You think Cinderella is gonna keep going?
Hey, Cinderella still has not missed the party yet. So I'm not going to count them out. So you got Todd
Yeah.
Dillon against you got Nemechek against Jones. I'm gonna go Nemechek
Oh, the teammates. That's the Legacy Motorsport showdown.
at Sonoma, mind you.
Mm,
Then you got Priest
I'm gonna
against Reddick. I'm going Reddick.
Reddick all day, and
Gibbs
Gibbs.
against Smith. Gibbs.
Gibbs. Not Nemechek, Jones.
I'm going Nemechek.
I'm gonna say Nemechek. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna have Bowman. We're gonna have Bowman
Nemechek.
versus Nemechek, and Reddick versus Gibbs
Ooh, I
going
like that.
into Dover.
Chevy against Toyota. Ooh.
Okay, so Nemechek, Bowman, Reddick, Gibbs at Dover. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Bowman versus Reddick for the championship going into Indy.
Ooh.
Reddick. I say Reddick's gonna win. I say Reddick's gonna win it.
I don't know. Hendrick be figuring it out at Indy.
They do, but not Bowman. I what's the name is fast too?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke on Connor Zillich. We think he'll have a chance at Cup. We definitely think he's going to go to Cup next year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, no.
With the
He's
Ryan
a
Suarez rumor mill, I definitely think we spoke
he's a
about
front
that.
runner.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. He's definitely the front runner to get that seat.
so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go. Apex Hunt has to switch his wheel.
Oh yes, yes, yes. We are gonna enter the fun part of this. Not the fun part, but the other part, the open wheel sports car session. So let's go from if I can get that thing off. Our stock cars to our that's a GT3 wheel, but you know the differences.
And we're going to
GT3
open
F1
up,
style
ladies and
wheel.
gentlemen, like we always do. Let's go with the rumor mill. The rumor mill.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be interesting right here. So George Russell hinted previously to saying that he hadn't gotten a contract extension yet because Mercedes is trying to go after Max. Toto Wolff just came out and said, "Yeah, I want Max. I want Max to drive my car next year." We know Max is trying to get out of his ride anyways, and he has an exit clause. Smack, I don't know if you knew about that. He has an exit clause on his contract to leave. I think he can leave whenever,
No, did not see that.
anytime he feels like, huh?
I didn't see that. No.
He has an exit clause on his contract if he falls below fourth in the drivers' championship and Red Bull's a team fall below third in the constructors' championship, he can dip. He can just dip. And
Max on that.
Max, I think Red Bull right now, I want to say is fourth or fifth in the drivers. No, sorry, in the constructors' championship.
Mm.
And Max, let's see, Max Max is third right now in the drivers, and Red Bull's fourth in the constructors. So he's not that far off of losing third place though in the drivers' championship. But
Mm.
I don't know if it's both or just one of them. But either way, beside the point, we're gonna just say, yeah, Toto Wolff wants Max Verstappen in his car, and you'd be an idiot not to want one of the most generational talents in your car. Max is fast. We all know he's fast. He's a hothead, but the kid is a generational talent. The question is, what's going to happen to the other Mercedes seat? Because George and Max do not see eye to eye. And when asked about that, Toto Wolff said he's dealt with Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton previously. So it can't get any worse than that.
Yeah,
I can see this getting worse than that. This could be Senna Prost types of craziness going on here. Um, I think that yeah, I don't see any way that they keep Kimmy and boot George for Max. Because if you have a George and Max lineup, that's going to be one strong ass team.
I definitely agree.
Unfortunately,
I mean, Max
yeah,
is Max at the end of the day.
yeah,
As
it's
we
going to
move,
be interesting.
we go from the rumor mill. Y'all keep that on. That's 2 weeks in a row. They've been talking. It says Wolf has confirmed his interest in Verstappen.
It's
We're
gonna
going to
yeah,
go right into. Hey, do we go? Uh, we're gonna go right into it. Max starts on pole,
yeah,
but they have a big dilemma. Do we go drives or do we go inners?
yes, yes. Drives or inners to start the race. The track was it was weird. The track wasn't soaking wet. It was like slightly damp, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's what
But
I was like, but it was kicking up a lot of. I'm like, dang,
it
is
was
it
kicking up
raining as hard as I think it is?
it was kicking up water in like the last two corners, but the rest of the track was like patches of dry and
Yeah,
patches of wet. So it was interesting because on the formation lap, you saw 9 cars dart to the pits to switch from dries from intermediates to dries because they thought that was what was going to happen.
yeah,
So with that being said, 5 lights and away we go. Just absolute chaos at the beginning. Um, Drivers just realizing that the dry tires weren't the move. They were losing so much time. I think they were 3 seconds slower than the rest of the field. The dry tire runners were 3 seconds slower than the intermediate tire runners. That right there already says that you chose the wrong one.
Yeah.
Um, and then you had Yuki. Yuki deciding to try and go three wide, and he hits Esteban Ocon into Liam Lawson,
Yeah. Liam Lawson was.
retires. So Yuki basically crashed his old car, his replacement, which was which was crazy.
Yes.
And to add insult to injury, the driver runners not only were they slower, but the rain returned during
Yeah.
the caution, and it returned with force.
Shit. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was insane. It just started coming down.
Yeah. Then you had Gabe. Go and say his name before I mess it up.
Gabriel Bortoleto,
Yes.
Gabriel Bortoleto.
He spent out and had damage to his rear wing.
Yeah. He retired from the race because there wasn't any saving that one. And on the restart from that one, this is where things get interesting. Um, you want to give your thoughts on the first, or you want the numbers? Well, how you want to do that?
Give me the numbers.
Okay. So we spoke about this before, right? Well, let's see the issue that happened in F1 when you're about to restart the race, right? The safety car is supposed to speed off to the pits, and then at that point, the leader is in control of the field. So he slows down the field to where when he's ready to go, he goes. But he cannot pass a pace car until they're in the pits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So usually what happens is the leader, you can't aggressively accelerate and slow down. You got to try to hold a constant speed. You can go as slow as you want to, you got to hold a constant speed, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So our boy Oscar Piastri, he decided he to accelerate pretty hard and then slow up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we saw this the race before 2 races ago in Montreal. We saw this.
Yes.
George Russell did the same thing. He accelerated and he slowed down. The only thing is George Russell, he accelerated and slowed down. I think it was, I'm trying to see if I can remember the numbers. But I apologize. I want to say he went from 120 kilometers to like 60 or something like that. And he applied, this is the key right here, Smack. He applied 30 psi of brake pressure. So it wasn't a subtle. It wasn't a sudden slowdown, right? It was
Mm-hmm.
a it wasn't abrupt, but it wasn't gradual, right?
Yeah.
Right. But with Oscar went from 218 kilometers per hour to I think 82, and
I
he applied
mean,
57 psi.
all I'm gonna say
So
to that, I can't speak on. I'm not as familiar as you are when it comes to that. I just think of from the NASCAR part of it, angle
so
of it. It's like when you have that restart zone, you choosing when,
yeah,
right? But obviously,
yeah,
rules don't always apply the same. I just
right,
feel like I understand the danger towards
yeah.
Piastri said. I did it 5 for 5 laps. Now you're telling me I can't do it?
He did it before, but that's also the guys knew that the he can only go up to the pace car and stop. So you can you can lay back and see it's the pace car and then stop, but you guys are going up to the pace car, right?
Yeah.
So the guys kind of have a reference on how far he can go up to. When a pace car is gone, Piastri is the reference, so they're going based off of him. So if they see him going, they're all going to go too. You can't
Yeah.
just stop. You stop on your brakes because we're all thinking you're about to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want, I guess it'd be best to say he went from 135 miles an hour down to 50 versus where George, I think, went from like, I'm gonna say 100 to like 80.
Okay.
You
Okay.
see a
When
difference
you put
there?
it in perspective there, I understand that. That
Yeah,
makes it more of a like, okay.
we speak freedom units over here. It's all good. I know.
So you start breaking it down
Yeah,
to non-engineering folks
yeah.
and making it more sense. That makes sense to me.
You understand the PSI though, so
Yes. Yes.
yeah, he gave double the pressure and he slowed down 80 miles an hour where George slowed down 30.
Yeah. So with that,
So slam dunk penalty. I think 10 seconds was aggressive though. I think he should have gotten 5.
I just feel, yeah, I definitely felt
10 is
10
aggressive.
seconds after that. Okay, so I changed my stance on it before we went live. We said I spoke a little bit on it.
Okay.
Now that you say that, 5 seconds, I is warranted. 10,
Aggressive.
and with that, obviously that gave his teammate Lando Norris a chance to take P2. But obviously we had, speaking on Max, we had so many issues. Max didn't lose grip once; he lost it twice.
Yeah, Max spun twice, which
He
is
lasted on
uncharacteristic.
lap 11, and then I forgot the other lap he did it on.
I don't remember the other lap, but yeah, Max spun.
We
So
had,
there was a chaos because now, okay, Max spun. After Max spun, then Oscar got his 10-second penalty,
yes,
and then Yuki got a 10-second penalty for his
yep,
collision,
yep.
and then Max spun again,
Shoot,
and then the
Hamilton
hot
was trying to keep it on the road. Hey, they was going through the drive through. What do
the
they call
grass,
those? The little, no, but then it's the little area once you go through the grass. What's that called?
the runoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he had to go on the runoff. The Haas cars came together.
Hey, I did like the way he was able to pass them when they had that issue. And obviously when you're driving cautious, you're like, okay, they're going to drive cautious to go in this turn because we can barely see. If I know
Yeah.
these two cars aligned this way, I'll just move over and I can take them. So I like the way he did it. Overtake it with it was his teammate and somebody else.
No, it was George Russell and Pierre Gasly, I believe, was the
Yeah,
double overtake on in the wet.
yeah.
It it makes me so sad because it was really bittersweet. Hamilton had a podium. He had a podium locked up, but the problem is I don't want to put this on Ferrari, but they pitted him a lap early. Y'all pitted him one lap too early, guys.
Does he feel that way?
And you can just look at the data. They put him a lap early, put him on the dries. If we just let them out a lap or two later, let the track just dry up a little bit more.
Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kyle, the iRacing crew chief engineer, talking right now.
Oh my
He
gosh.
does have an engineering background, like IRL. So this is the
Yeah.
guy we ask when we're going to champ car races IRL in real life, and him, Andre Jameson, Bowie. So when they talk about it and they get down to the numbers, so this is the interesting part where we have the engineers speak about what the track temperature does and the best speaking on the numbers. So it's always great. Now, granted, he's not on F1 or NASCAR true crew chief, but the guy knows the stuff about numbers and stuff like that when it comes to the engineering part. So
I
this is
appreciate the
the
kind
great
words,
part.
Mac.
This is the great part of our podcast.
I appreciate the kind words. Though, but like with this, the track wasn't ready yet for dries, at least when it came to Lewis, because you can look at it as the overcut theory. So where Nico was lapping faster than Lewis when Nico stayed out on the intermediate tires, while Lewis went to the dries, and he was searching for the dry line, right?
Yeah.
And when you're searching for the dry line, trying to warm up your cold tires at the same time, you're not gonna have the grip you're gonna be able to have. So Lewis went from being, I believe it was a second behind Nico to after the pit stop, 10 seconds back because Nico, like I said, he was able to use those intermediate tires, let the track cool down, or not the track, sorry, cool down, let the track dry up a little bit and use that time delta to where Nico, let's say Nico was running like a 142
Mm-hmm.
and Lewis was running 141s before the pit stop, but then he was running 146s
True.
while searching for that grip. Not only that, he went off track twice trying to get those tires up to temp.
Yeah.
So that really messed up his race right there. Um, and really helped Nico to keep that P3. Um, it's messed up because after that happened, when Lewis was able to get his tires warmed up, he just started pushing
Yeah.
and messed up, went off track twice more. 'Cause I saw
I
that
said.
gap go down
So I was
from
like, oh, he in
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Like on Driven. Remember when they
you were driven,
on Driven when they would get into the zone, or when
the tunnel
you,
vision.
you be on you be on Biker Boys and they get in a little zoom. My man Smoke. It just like Youngin felt it. It was like I'm in it. I'm in it. Nope. You like mother.
Those movies are my guilty pleasures, especially Driven. It is not a great racing movie, but
That's a good movie.
it's extra Hollywood.
Okay.
It's extra Hollywood, but it's
Okay.
still a
I
good
give you that.
movie.
I give
You
you
know what I'm
that.
saying? Um, I think I might rate that around the same as Gran Turismo, maybe slightly higher. The Gran
What?
Turismo.
I'm
I
giving
told
Gran
you I
Turismo.
hate Gran Turismo.
I'm giving Gran Turismo
I
better.
hate it.
The fact that you say you hate that,
I hate Gran
that's
Turismo.
such a strong. No, I like Gran
That movie
Turismo.
pisses me off.
I like. If I'm gonna put if you do that, then you're gonna go. I'm gonna put F1 above Gran Turismo,
For sure.
but
What?
I might put probably only because Rush is a true story, and so is Ford versus Ferrari. I'm gonna put those two above.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, okay. Which one do you think is better, Rush or Ford versus Ferrari?
Hmm. To me, it's based on. Now you know I'm a Mustang fan, so it's kind of hard to say no to the Ford versus Ferrari. But
You can put that number one. It's fine.
no, I'm really trying to. I'm still gonna say Ford versus Ferrari is one. Rush is two.
Okay, so if you have Ford versus Ferrari is number one, so Ford versus Ferrari is 100%, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Rush, 98, 97.
Okay, I give you that.
F1, about a 92.
I gave it a
90,
90.
90 to
Okay,
92.
I'll give
Yeah,
it a
90 to 92, right? Gran Turismo is about a 55,
no, I'm not giving it that.
60.
I'm giving it an 80.
No, hell no. I rate Fast and Furious higher than Gran Turismo.
Time out, time out, time
That's
out.
how I feel. The the good Fast and Furious movies, like number five.
Okay, you got number one, number five.
Exactly. Number one, number five, I rate higher than Gran Turismo. Those are like 80s. Tokyo Drift, maybe in the 70s. Tokyo Drift is better
Tokyo Drift, I might
Than
give
Gran
it 60.
Turismo. It's better than Gran Turismo.
You didn't say that. You don't say
It
that.
is.
Now,
Tokyo Drift is
granted,
better than Gran
I
Turismo.
go see every Fast and the Furious just cause, right?
So
I'm
do
the
I.
first one there. I go in the morning, I make it feel like I own the movie theater, but I'm just like, I can't. I don't know. That's kind of hard. That's kind of hard.
Anyway,
Back to
we
what
gotta
I'm saying. It's a
we got
great
up on a
debate, though.
tangent.
Yes.
F1, F1. Yeah. So
So with all that going on,
Lewis, he pitted too early, had to issue his tires. But all that being said, that lent its way to the longest stint, without a podium now has been broken. 15 years, 239 starts. Nico Hulkenberg finally got his maiden podium. So shout out to him. Um, it unfortunately it was at the expense of Lewis Hamilton, so I had to shed a tear.
but
It was
yes,
bittersweet.
Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg got his podium.
Yes, shout out to
Um,
him.
Lance Stroll P6. Max drove his way back up to P5 after all that chaos.
That's a driver, ladies and gentlemen. That's a
This
driver.
race right here, I will say Oscar Piastri threw away. This is Oscar Piastri's race to lose.
Hands down. I mean, and like you could
Shout out
tell
to
Oscar,
Lando for picking up the pieces.
especially at his home track. My thing is
And
Oscar. I don't. I think Oscar. He was like I don't want. He pulled the cowboy. I ain't trying to get fined. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah, that's what you got to do. I
He
mean,
spoke. He felt a certain way. And you knew like read between the lines, certain things. And as as a journalist, you got to
yeah,
ask those hard and difficult
yeah,
questions. And he wasn't a butthole about it. Some people could be a butthole, but he understood. Hey, I got a job to do. At the end of the day, I understand. You have to ask me these questions because
yeah,
you have to keep the thing going. These
yeah,
are things that decided the race. What I look like not asking that question if I was in that position.
yeah. It
You might
was
not like me, but I got it. Like you do said, he said, I understand, it's the reason why you're not going to answer it, but I still have to ask it.
yeah. No, it was a good weekend for Lando. Because he also had a grandstand named after him at the track.
Wow.
So not
Yes,
only
I
was his
didn't know
home
that.
track, he had a grandstand named after him. So for him to take home the home win, I mean, it's a good feeling for Lando. But Oscar gave that race away because Oscar served a 10-second penalty. He finished, I think, 5 seconds behind Lando.
Yes, he did. It was 6
Bro,
seconds, I think. I think it was
six.
6.
Sorry, thank you. 6 seconds behind Lando with a 10-second penalty in the pits.
Yeah.
That was Oscar's race to lose, and he lost it. It's a shame. It's a shame. But shout out to Lando. And what's interesting is Fred Vasseur, the Ferrari team principal,
Mhm.
came out and said they lost Lewis's GPS data halfway through the race, so they didn't know he was out on track.
So that could have also been a situation.
So that also kind of might have messed up their strategy in a way. So it's
Way to still
unfortunate though.
battle. Lewis, like I said, I mean, we spoke on it last week. I mean, he's right. He's getting there. He hasn't, I mean,
He's
it's not on,
improving.
Yeah, he's improving. The car is just, but also, his his teammate had issues.
Yeah,
So his teammate was losing traction too. So this was a race where I can't give him a full grade of is it Ferrari, is it him, trying to figure it out because with the weather and the damp of the track, everybody had issues, including
it
the guy
was
that's on the track, Max Verstappen.
that was Lewis. Lewis should have had that podium. I will say that Lewis should. Sauber had a good call, but Lewis should have had that podium. But it's neither here nor there.
This
That's
Gran Turismo is like a 60. He's gonna make me
this man
watch the
is
Blu-ray with
this
the
man is
special effects.
vexed. He
I'm
is
about to I'm
vexed.
about to pull out the Blu-ray and watch special effects when this is over.
Listen, I was talking with Andre the other day. The ending of I think it's the ending in Gran Turismo where they had the actual menu stuff going
Mhm.
on with the music.
Yeah.
That right there was A plus. That's 100% because that's all the nostalgic feels.
So
The
him being
overall
in the old car, being
the
in the
overall
old
story.
setup.
Okay, do we can have a podcast just analyzing the Gran Turismo movie because a
Don't worry,
lot of that shit
we
pissed
got
me
to.
off. I
We
mean,
got
I'm
to.
sorry, podcast. I didn't mean to curse,
Don't
but
worry. That's
it
going
made me
into
so
that's
upset.
that's gonna be one of the discords where we put it up in the Discord, and we're gonna have like our other racing buddies in here, and we're gonna have a in-depth conversation about that because I just don't get it.
It's such a bad race.
I might put that over. I gotta put it over Driven. Have to. One is based on true story. So,
I know, but no, I
on to
don't.
the next race.
Yes, yes. So next F1 race we'll have won't be for until the end of the month in
Yep.
Spa. So yeah, on to the last race of the weekend, IndyCar at Mid Ohio. Great, great track over in Mid Ohio. That is a gem of a track. And the championship leader, Mr. Alex Palou, dominant in qualifying, starting on pole. All amazing to see. That guy is a machine. So
Oh yeah, I mean can't take away from Alex Palou, but
what's up?
we're gonna get into Alex Palou and this whole
Yeah,
Mid Ohio
yeah,
situation. Let's get into it.
yeah. Lap one though, a lap one crash.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, Joseph Newgarden just locking it up. He just said his rear is just locked, and it was a wrap. And
Imagine
it,
then Newgarden
it,
had how many DNFs?
this is his third in a row. This is his third
We
DNF in
spoke
a
about that
row.
I think on our first episode how many he's had, and
It's odd, and unfortunately, the hometown boy crashed out too. Graham Rahal. Graham Rahal's from Ohio, and he crashed out. And that turn it's called China Beach, just so you know.
China Beach,
China Beach.
China Beach.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Like you want to say like something else.
No, no, no. That's it's called China Beach. That's what I was saying. Yeah. So unfortunate for Graham Rahal, and then not that long after, Will Power had engine issues. He came into the pits and
Yeah,
his engine was on fire.
like
It was a tough weekend for Penske
Penske
again.
definitely had like I don't. What is
They
Penske's issues? Penske's having these woes and these
they
issues, and I
are
don't know why.
they are. It's insane. They are having some major problems right now over in the Penske realm because Scott McLaughlin didn't have a good race either. Um, so he was a lone Penske factory Penske team member to be out there, and he did not have a good race. You got their satellite teams, Santino Ferrucci just doing Santino Ferrucci things and reverting back to his F3 days. How we have Mad Max, you got I don't even know crazy Santino because he did some crazy stuff in F3 some smack back in the day that got him kicked out of F3, kicked out.
Do tell, do tell,
So
do tell.
I can't even look at I gotta find the video again, but just overly
Find it, you
aggressive
send it to me.
driving, huh?
When you find it, you send that in the Discord. I need that.
Yeah. So yeah, he stepped over the line and he shoved Connor Daly off the track while trying to defend. It wasn't defending. That was just blatant shoving off the track. And
Stall him out.
Santino, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's been improving, but it's just like with Max Verstappen sometimes, you still got that little devil on your shoulder just sitting there telling you, push him off, push him off. That just reverting back. So that was unfortunate there. Did you see the pit stop with Kiffin Simpson?
Yes.
Oh man. So yeah, Kiffin Simpson ran over Renus VK's
Yeah,
pit crew. And it wasn't even like a hard run over, but I mean, if you have an 800 horsepower wide ass sticky tire like that doing a
yeah,
burnout and it clips your foot, that's gonna hurt.
of course it's
And
gonna hurt.
unfortunately, Kiffin Simpson ran over the pit crew member's foot exiting the pits. So that was you saw after the I think after the pit stop, the pit crew member, I didn't get his name, but he was sitting there with his shoe off, getting checked out by medical personnel. I think he's okay. I'm hoping he's okay. Um, you're muted. Still muted.
Can you hear me now?
Hi. Good. There you go.
Good.
Verizon
The hell?
commercial.
The hell? Like I'm sitting here trying to talk, and I'm like, I'm hitting the
Yeah.
button, hitting the
Yeah.
button. Yeah, but definitely want to give a. I mean, hopefully a speedy recovery for him because you got to think. I mean, you hear people getting ran over by sedans and they break their foot. Just think of those big old tires.
Yeah. Not only the big old tires, he was doing a burnout as he ran over
Yeah,
dude's foot. Oof. Um, so with that being said, um, strategy. Strategy was a big point of this race right
two
here.
stop or three stops.
Yes, yes. So Alex Palou was on the three-stop strategy, and Scott Dixon was on a two-stop strategy. With Scott Dixon's strategy, you got to try and save some fuel, and they were trying to figure out what was the better tires for this race: the red wall soft tires or the black wall hard tires, right? And it seemed like the black wall hard tires were the tire of choice, at least for a majority of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it looked like Palou three-stop strategy had had everything sewn up because he was able to make that third stop and still pull out ahead of Scott Dixon and then just set sail until until he made a odd, very uncharacteristic second error of the race because he made one earlier going into China Beach to where he dipped the tire off and
Mm-hmm.
almost went into the grass at China Beach, and then this second one going over, I can't remember the name of this turn, but this turn in the sim is hard. It is so hard. So I can definitely see what happened to Alex, but this right here, guys,
No one
was the
saw this
race
coming.
deciding move.
Yeah, I did not see that come with Alex Palou
It
performing
was
the
like
way he
3 laps to
did.
go when it happened.
Yeah, so I think it was like lap 59. I think it was. It was
Yeah,
lap 58 or lap 59.
it was so close to the end of the race,
I
and
definitely don't see how he like. I mean, granted, overconfident and you're logging laps and you're getting it and you're trying and like he's knocking temp like he's knocking the laps down, knocking them down, knocking them down.
yeah,
And he's cooking his time. He's
yep,
cooking his time. He's going for his PBR. You know what I'm saying? He's cooking it, and this is what happens. This is what happens sometimes.
yeah,
And that
yeah,
part alone set up for
yeah. It's
Dixon
set
to
up
pick up
for
pieces.
yeah. Dixon was waiting in the wing, and Palou went off the course. He had to get back on, clean his tires off, but within that time, you had Scott Dixon on warm tires, just lurking like Scott Dixon does all of the time. Scott Dixon is just always waiting for someone to mess up to pick to sneak in a win,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what makes him one of the greats in IndyCar. So, with that being said, Scott Dixon was able to hold off Alex Palou's mad charge at the end of the race, and he brought the win home. He brought the win home. This is his 7th win at Mid-Ohio. It's Scott
Another win
Dixon's
for the
house.
Honda.
Huh?
I said another win.
Honda is sweeping the series right now. This is race number 10, and they've won all 10 races. Absolutely insane. Not only that, this is Scott Dixon's 21st consecutive season with a win.
Honda. I can
Twen
see that little TikTok joint. Boogie on the joint where they do the boogie on down, then they go into the rap song.
What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, you never seen this joint? I'm gonna show you. No, I'm gonna show you this joint. This joint
I'm
fire.
about to look at this one later.
I'm gonna show it on the screen because I can show it on
Oh, yeah.
screen. I'm sure I
Oh, yeah.
can.
Show it on the screen then.
Let me see.
But yeah, it's that is remarkable for Scott Dixon. 21 seasons in a row with a win. That's some longevity, bro. Like he's definitely one of the greats. Gotta hand it to him. He might not win the title this year, but you can't deny Scott Dixon's greatness. And there's no chance, I guess, no evidence of him slowing down. He could probably do this for at least 5 more years because he's that competitive. He might be racing against one of the generational talents in Alex Palou, but Scott Dixon is going to get his.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. Shout out to Ganassi. This is just Ganassi dominance this season. So since this is Alex's teammate, Ganassi has won 7 of the first 10 races. 7 of the first 10 races, and Honda has won 10 in a row, with Chevy just nowhere to be found right now.
I mean, I don't know what's up with Chevy. Got to figure something out. Dang.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, we'll see because this weekend we gotta. I believe it's a doubleheader. Yeah, this weekend we have a doubleheader.
We have, I mean, yeah.
So this could be Chevy's chance to finally step up and show what they've got. At the Oval because we have sorry, Iowa coming up. New Garden strong at Iowa. Maybe Penske can, or if not Penske, then McLaren because McLaren is Chevy's strongest team right now. Maybe they can find a way to pull out one of the two wins this weekend, if not both. But right now, Honda. I don't think Honda's going to sweep the season.
I
Honda
mean,
sweep Honda
not
sweep the
saying they
season,
can't
bro.
sweep it, but
Yeah.
who's to say, you know,
You think they could?
got a good chance to. I mean, when you're performing like that,
Hmm.
I don't think it's like difficult. I mean, how many more races are left?
I got it right here. Let me see. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 races left.
You could. I mean, but it's always that one that sneaks in. Eventually, you get to that point of like, okay, when is it going to happen? So I always give them the benefit of the doubt that are not. But on a roll like this, I don't see why they wouldn't sweep. Why wouldn't they?
Right. You see, I don't know. It's we got 7 races left. I feel like it might get to the point where if Honda sweeps this weekend,
Mhm.
they might actually try and keep their foot on the throats of the competition. Because after this weekend, there's three more road courses, and then it's 2 ovals to finish off the year. So who knows? We'll see. We'll see if Honda can keep their winning ways. With 7 races left in the season.
Speaking on that, let's talk about before we close out what is next week. We have Sonoma.
Oh
Trucks are
yeah.
still off. We have Sonoma both days, Saturday and Sunday. And then we have IMSA. It's going to be the Chevrolet Grand Prix.
And
Uh,
Mosport?
yep, and Mosport.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
around 40-minute race. So we finally got IMSA back.
Okay, we got IMSA back. Okay. Okay.
Uh F1, like you said, it's at the end of the month.
Nice.
And we have
IndyCar.
IndyCar next week.
All
So
right. So Cup at Sonoma, IMSA at Mosport or Canadian Tire Motorsport Park,
mhm.
and IndyCar at Iowa. That's funny. We have an oval race this weekend, and it's not NASCAR.
It's going to be interesting to watch. I haven't watched too many indies at ovals, so I'm definitely intrigued to watch that.
It's a lot like Gate. You saw the Gateway race?
Yes.
It's just like that.
Okay.
High downforce, short track. So, I mean, they'll be going fast, but it's
How many
essentially
laps?
like that. I don't know how many laps it'll be. Let me see. Um,
I'm trying to see if it's going to tell me.
it's the Sync 275.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna say
275.
275 laps. 'Cause I think this is a mile track.
Okay.
I'll say point eight, point eight. It's almost a mile track, regardless.
So
Yeah,
we're looking anywhere between, yeah, about 260, 275. Okay.
yeah. but it's a very small track, and they run the high downforce configuration like road course spec bodies, so it's not gonna be trimmed out like Indianapolis.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that should be an interesting race. Um, we'll see if, like I said, if Chevy's able to get a win here. Um, Cups, Sonoma, always a good time. I love that track.
Not a big fan of him. Be honest, I'm not.
Why not?
Sonoma out of all the road courses.
It's probably the most technical one they have.
Yeah, but for me, I
East
like
Dakota.
Chicago. I like Coda.
Right.
Sonoma's just different for me. I don't know. It's just like it's like blah.
I don't know. I've always loved Sonoma. I mean, granted, back when I first started watching NASCAR, there were only two road courses. It was Watkins and Sonoma. So it was kind of like a specialty when they went to Infineon Raceway, you know. Um, so it's still gonna be cool for me, especially that last turn. That last turn is passing Central. That's where all the action happens. That U-turn before the start finish line. That's just what I'm talking about, Smack?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's always
the U turn before, yes, before the start finish line.
yeah, that U-turn right there is always there's always action there. So it's a good track. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy driving it in the sim. Hopefully one day I can actually drive it in real life because it's really cool.
Hey, we get there. I'm saying
Yeah.
get you, let you drive one time around track.
So yeah, with that being said, what else we got going on? Oh, our team, Drive Trainer Motorsport. I wish you could
Indeed.
say this backward. It's backwards right now, but whatever.
No, you can see it's frontwards.
It's frontwards okay. We are doing the
24 hours.
spa 24 hours.
How
Spa
many
24
cars?
hours this
One.
weekend. One car. It's a 24-hour race, so
What
one car.
car are y'all running?
The BMW M3 GT4. Oh, and we forgot. Did we talk about it last week?
No, we do not.
We did not talk about it last week. We're coming off a win. We won at Watkins. The Watkins Glen 6
No, we
hour.
did. We did
We
talk
did?
about
Okay, I couldn't remember if we did or not.
it. We did.
Bro, my brain's somewhere. But regardless, this weekend we're bringing the BMW back, hoping to try and, see if we can
What time we start?
get
What's grid?
trying to figure that part out right now. It's either grid is either gonna our green flag will either be 8:45 a.m. or 12:45 p.m. Eastern time. Um, well, best thing to do is subscribe to my YouTube, Apex Hunting, subscribe to my Twitch.
It's
Um,
Spa, right?
yeah, subscribe to Smacks. We will go live when when uh when we're going to start the race. I'm still trying to get everybody's schedules together to figure out the best time to start, but
Yeah, I have a
regardless, we will be
boxing event, but I will. I'm usually popping in and out of 24 hours as always, even though I'm not running in them yet.
yeah, our super spotter. Smack is our super spotter.
I do pop in from time to time.
Yeah.
So I definitely will be trying to pop in. It's a lot of fights coming up. You got the Amanda Serrano fight on Friday. That's gonna be on Netflix. I'll be watching that. Then you got Shakur Stevenson fighting William Cepeda, Berlanga fight, and Shiraz. It's a lot of fights that I care to see on Saturday. So between that, y'all know me. I got two phones. I got a couple monitors. I got a tablet. I got a laptop, and I got TVs. I have them all going at the same time. Like I can't miss out. The only thing that's harder to watch is boxing because you want to see it live when that hit comes. Like you want to be like, oh. So and obviously I have a boxing event to go to later this evening. If you guys are in town, make sure y'all go to Waldorf, Maryland for Capital Clubhouse. Davis Promotions putting on a card, and it's got a lot of great local DMV talent. Josiah Giles is fighting, the Cuban assassin Larry Ricio's fighting. Um, you got Bricklayer fighting. It's a lot of great people fighting. So definitely, if you in the area of Waldorf, Maryland, go check it out on July 12th. I think doors open at like 6, I think, or 5, something like that. You have until Wednesday to get your tickets. Other than that, I think you got to buy them at the door. So make sure y'all check out my Instagram for Thursday. I have an interview. I might have another one coming up tomorrow, Wednesday, but definitely have one Thursday night. That's gonna be on Instagram Live for the boxing. But a lot of things coming up. A busy weekend. Y'all definitely will. I will try to stream some of the race. I just want to have somebody manning my computer if I'm not here. Just in case something happens. So I don't like to have my computer running and I'm not here, obviously. So definitely want to have somebody here to that I trust to deal with my computer. So the question is who I'm going to get to come do that while I'm at the boxing event. But if not, then when I get back from the boxing event, since it's 24 hours, I will have it running. So it's either if y'all might catch me early because I don't think I have anything to do Saturday. So early I'll be streaming it. And then on it's gonna be a lot of people either on iRacing or college football 26.
Oh, college
That
football
did just
26 looks
drop. It dropped.
crazy.
It dropped today. So
Looks
people already
crazy. I
so
wish I had time to play that. That looks good.
if I get any sports games this year, it's just so when my god kids come over and when my friends want to come over and play. I'm no longer grinding sports games. I just don't find it fun anymore.
Yeah.
It's
But
cool to
we
play
will
just to whoop somebody.
we'll
That's it.
be grinding that GTA 6 when it comes out.
Oh, don't worry, taking off, man. Don't
Oh,
if
taking off of work.
straight content coming out of that joint. Smell like that. And you know me, I be on the RP Unk status, so y'all know I can't wait for the RP service. Mac Humphrey will be in the RP service on
Have
GTA.
mercy, this guy.
Get ready, sipping bourbon and smoking a cigar. Smell like that. But we want to thank y'all for our sixth episode. We appreciate the loyal viewers and people that are subbing. Make sure y'all sub to my boy Apex Hunting. He is on Twitch. He is affiliated. If you got that free Prime gaming joint hooked to your Prime, if you got Prime, you ain't hooked it up. Do Prime Gaming. Go through that quick little merging the two accounts. Don't worry, it's just because Prime is Amazon owns Twitch, and it's free to sub. It's free, and guess what? You know what y'all can do right now? That's free. Hit a like on the daggone YouTube live on his at Apex Hunting and mine right here, smack like that. Y'all can hit a thumbs up. It's quick, easy, and it's free. Then also,
Free's the best.
you know what I'm saying? Follow both our Twitches. And if you want to do something even better, sub to my man Apex Hunting. He streams. He's consistent with it. Make sure y'all check him out. Got a decent I rating. He's going to give you some pointers. You know what I'm saying? What he sees from an engineer standpoint as well. You know, we'll have giveaways and stuff like that coming along down the pipeline. But like I said,
Yes, we will.
definitely this is the easiest way to keep up to date with everything we got going on. We might start putting the podcast on other platforms. We'll keep you posted on that. But like I said, make sure tap into the Corner Entry Podcast, hashtag Corner Entry Podcast. If you post something race related that we spoke about tonight or any other time, go ahead and add it to your Twitter and whether it's on X, whether you put it on Facebook, whether you put it on Instagram, TikTok, wherever. Hashtag Corner Entry Podcast so we can know that, you know, y'all checking in with us. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, X, TikTok, Facebook, anywhere you find our names. Make sure you follow us. We really appreciate it. And it keeps y'all up to date on when we go live, when we drop something. So hit the notification bell and make sure y'all hit the notification on Twitch so y'all can know when we go live and things of that nature. But other than that, I have nothing else left to say. To my co-host, you have anything?
All good. I will try and get a stream going here Wednesday. Um,
I heard
get
that
back to some
Wednesday.
get back to some iRacing. Hopefully Wednesday.
I'm gonna try
Wednesday.
to race tomorrow.
Huh?
I gotta find out what miles is at, but
Got you.
I'm gonna try to
Oh
race.
wait. Yes, I think I will do Wednesday because we have the practice race for our Champ Car League. So I'll probably be on Wednesdays streaming Miatas at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park or Motorsport, whatever you want to call it.
So that's what
Um,
they at this week, or is that
yeah,
just for Champ Car?
no, that's Champ Car.
Where
That's
are
for
they for
him.
this week?
I'll check in a minute and
All right, I'll
see.
check when we get offline.
But yeah,
Um,
so I will be streaming on Wednesday, league race. Friday probably be streaming a little bit of practice, and then Saturday I will do my best to stream the whole 24-hour spa race. And YouTube will be broken up into parts because of how YouTube's algorithm is. On Twitch, it'll be a straight 24-hour stream. So look forward to you guys tuning in. Pass by for sure, if not Wednesday and Friday, pass by Saturday. We will be racing for 24 hours and you will get a chance to see behind the scenes of all of that. It'll be a great time. Again, thank you so much for the support. Especially shout out to OJ for all the questions you be giving in chat. You are one of our best supporters. Thank you
Yes.
so much, man. And everybody, the lurkers, thank you so much for watching. We do this, for y'all. We do this for fun. It's just a good place for us to sit and talk about racing and just air out, I would say our grievances as they do in Seinfeld, airing
Oh yeah.
grievances. This is our Festivus right here, our
Yes.
racing Festivus. So
We
with that,
appreciate y'all.
y'all be easy.
Y'all
Have
have
a
a
good
great
one.
one. And y'all know what it is. Keep it go smack battalion. Ain't too much you can't take care of. Smack like that.
Take care, y'all.